Alright, so today I want to talk to you about some HDMI cables, special ones I just picked up here. First of all, I'll tell you where I got this. www.monoprice.com, M-O-N-O-P-R-I-C-E. They're not paying me to do this ad. Let me put that up front. I'm not getting any discounts, any perks, anything. I'm just very pleased with their website, their sales, and their technical support. Let me say to start off. This is a 6-foot cable. This is equivalent to a $60 and up cable made by anyone like Monster Cable, Sony, anyone. If you're paying more than $30 to $40 for a cable, maybe even over $20, really, you're throwing your money away. You might as well have just given it to me. Might as well have just thrown it down the toilet. First of all, it came very nicely packaged. Got hard plastic covers over the HDMI ports. This foam stuff over it, and this is the way it came. Shipping was quick, 2 to 3 days. I bought 4 of these cables, plus an audio cable, under $5 for shipping. Save time, already got one opened here. As you can probably tell, it looks blue, but it's purple. I'm not sure if the view really shows that. First of all, you get the gold plated. Let me tell you about that. You got gold and silver. Do not let a salesman tell you that gold plated is going to give you better quality or higher speeds. This is only anti-corrosion. That's the difference. Alright? If you live in a damp basement or underwater, sure, maybe gold definitely for you. The reason I have gold is because they go ahead and put gold on all of the HDMI cables from this website, and I'm still not overpaying for that at all. So yeah, silver is still fine. If you look here, you got a ferrite core on it. It's a cylindrical piece of, you can get attached on, which you can get them with or without from their website. But it keeps audio and any kind of electrical interference from coming in and messing up your colors or your speed, quality of anything coming through this cable. It's very nice to have. This is a higher gauge, or it's a thicker gauge wire here. When you look in the specs, you see AWG and a number beside it. That's American wire gauge. The smaller the number, the thicker it is. I think this is a 26 AWG, if I'm not mistaken. It may not look too thick, but this is thick compared to my old cable and the cheap little cables that you see at Walmart or whatever. But the only thing that gauge really affects is the longer cable you have. Of course, you want it thicker because there's less resistance, because the HDMI signal will fade out over a certain distance. I went ahead and got it thicker, even though it's 6 foot, just because I didn't want any hiccups, just in case. Let you know right now, this is a 1.3. As far as that goes, that's for 1.3 is the best you can get, besides a 1.4. A 1.4 being for 3D TVs. Because it has a little more digital signal to push. 1.3 is good for your colors and your speeds there. I think monoprice.com I think pretty much only sells 1.3. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, this is also Category 2 HDMI company. You always see that same HDMI logo. I don't know if you can see it there, because it's a company. HDMI LLC recently released that they have Category 1, Category 2 rated cables. Category 1 rates up to 75 megahertz, whereas this one, being a Category 2, rates all the way up to 360 or 340, I believe. So if you go out and buy one of those nice 120 plus hertz TVs, that smooth image, you need a Category 2. You don't have to, but if you go ahead and get a Category 2, you're really going to get your quality from that 120 plus. So this can push the signal out for that 120 plus hertz TV to really refresh nicely. Like I said, this is a Category 2. This is known as the high-speed cable. Being Category 2 and a 1.3. I think what classifies that as a high speed, maybe the gauge too, I'm not sure. Really, I knew none of these things that I'm talking about not too long ago. I've been overpaying for cables, and recently I bought a Optima HD20 1080p home theater projector, and so I wanted the best of the best hooked up in every part of the system. So I decided to Google, YouTube, and do whatever I could to find out the truth about the specification of HDMI cables. Is there a difference between a $15 cable and a $120 cable, or even $80 cable, $60 cable? There is not. If you pay over $30 for a cable, or even $20, throwing your money away. You've been had. Educate yourself. Don't just listen to me. You can look at other YouTube videos, Google it, go to any of those higher-end quote-unquote cable sites, look at the specs, or look at these specs from monoprice.com or any other website that sells these pretty cheap, and look at they're just the same. In some cases I've seen where these have been better, and they're being like a $50 difference. Don't let salesmen try to tell you, like I said, the gold plate is better for quality sound. It's not. Don't tell them that their cable, those higher end cables are made better in quality. No, this is high grade stuff right here. Same thing. Very nice. Educate yourself on the cables. Google it. Look at the specs. Actually, go to the HDMI learning site that does not favor any specific brand. HDMI.org/learning center. I believe it is. If not, just go to HDMI.org and you can find your way through the site. It tells you all the specs and what they mean exactly. I may have even related some of it wrong to you, but for the most part I've been right. That this $4 cable for 6 feet will perform, if not outperform, any of the $30 and up cables. This, like I said, I think if I remember right, the specs of this one matched up to a $70 monster cable for the same length. Too easy. Also, I got this digital audio, the optical audio, cable. First of all, real quick, this has got a metal mesh covering to it, very nice. Here's the two things, here's the two different types of cables you will see, or read about. Glass and plastic, meaning the fiber optics inside this cable. You got glass and plastic, like I said. With glass, me doing this right there would have already broken the glass, and you have a dead cable. Nothing will happen, throw it away. Glass is not better quality. Don't let them lie to you. Read up on that too. That's just another selling point to try to make more money. This right here from monoprice.com as well. I think I only paid $5 for this, 6 foot. This isn't plastic. This is metal right here. This is very nice. Got a little covering here to protect it. As far as going optics, this is my first time, and I hooked it up, and wow, I did not think it would be that big of a difference in quality, but this right here made a huge difference. Go get an optical cable. I'd highly recommend it if you have a home theater set up and have a Blu-ray player, or your cable box puts out optical sound. This is so nice. Like going AM to FM for me. I noticed more details in the rear speakers, and from the left to right differences in the channels, the sounds. But like I said, go glass if you want, but it's probably going to break it, like I said, just as easily as doing that. Plastic puts out the same speed, same quality. It's just a selling point, try to make more money. Like I said, educate yourselves, read up, go to at least 5 different websites about telling you the quote-unquote truth or whatever to tell you about these optical cables and those HDMI cables. I got 4 of those cables from monoprice.com, and this one with shipping under $20. You can get different colors too. Purple is what my wife wanted, so I was like, whatever, I don't care. You can get orange, green, yellow, white, black, whatever. Different lengths. You can get a 100-foot cable, as a matter of fact, for under $100 even. For a 100-foot cable from you, the quote-unquote higher end, will cost you well over probably $300 to even $500 I've seen. Go to monoprice.com and go to what's called their knowledge base. When you go into and look at a product, it talks about the differences between, whatever kinds of cables. But you'll really be surprised. You may feel stupid, but whatever. Better learning late than never. Don't overpay again. No one can even argue with me on these HDMI truths, quote unquote, unless I just slightly relayed some information. But as far as like the price that you can pay $5 for a cable and get an $80 cable quality or whatever they say, is the truth. You cannot argue that if you educate yourself, read up on it. These HDMI cables, yeah, you don't need to overpay. These are very nice. Like I said, here's the purple one. You can get different colors, and hope you enjoyed the video. Hope maybe I opened your eyes to something. And I feel sorry for those people in Best Buy in Circuit City right now overpaying for these cables. Feel free to comment. I'll leave links to maybe even the HDMI site where it shows all the specs about it, so you can help other people learn. Do your research. Don't overpay. I cannot stress that enough. I know I've said that a lot. I'm sorry I've had to talk pretty quick through this video, but I do have a 10-minute limit as far as YouTube is concerned, I think. Like I say, any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try to do my best to answer them. Again, that website is www.monoprice.com.